Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast. I am your host, Mike Luke. We are back after a day reprieve. All right, now I get people that asking me, Mike, why no show on Thursday? I have to take 2 days off. Blame Jacob Franklin. Send that to Jacob Franklin. What is Jacob Franklin's Twitter handle? Is it Jacob?
I think it's Hot Jacob 39.
Is it Jacob L. Franklin or Jacob L. Franklin? I don't know, but either way, blame Jacob
Franklin 4.
Yes, Jacob_Franklin4. Bombard him on Twitter. That is, we have
spam him is the word. Spam him.
Spam him. Yes, exactly. Dox him. Well, I don't know if dox him. But, no. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just tweet at him.
We will be posting Jacob's address right here on the show.
Yes, exactly. Do that. All right, now we've got a lot to get to this show. Many things, many scrumptious things. We're going to talk about Arizona basketball recruiting, Arizona football recruiting. I am going to give Brent Brennan a compliment, Jason Scheer. A compliment. This is true.
This is
no. All right. Now, one thing, though, that I feel like I'm going to have to do once per month now, because I had somebody high up at the U of A ask me this, because he tweets at everybody about me. This guy, and everybody knows who he is. I get a call from him this morning. And he says, who is this Rich Carrillo guy? All right, I am going to do this once per month because here's who Rich Carrillo is. He's been harassing me for about 10 years. He has no following, no engagement whatsoever. And he tweets things like Arizona just lost today. And Arizona just lost today. Let's go make fun of Mike Luke. Or he'll say something, and then he tags 30 people, and nobody engages with him. Rich does not understand Twitter. I don't know what to say. Rich, it's not working, man. Not going anywhere. Scheer, have you ever seen anything like this?
Rich Carrillo?
Yeah, none. Have you?
I think it's really funny. He's one of the funny ones out there.
Yeah, I mean... So either way, yes, I don't know what to say about him other than the fact that he gets no engagement whatsoever, but he also doesn't get this. He's blocked over like 500 people in the U of A fan base. So Rich, when you tweet at people, the only people seeing this are like Chief. That's about it. So nobody saw that. Full stop, Rich Carrillo. So either way, I figure I need to do this once a month because this was, it was somebody that, like I said, someone fairly high up that said, this guy's been tagging me and stuff and trying to DM me. So that is what it is. All right, now let's get to a little bit of Arizona basketball. Scheer, also send me who that source is. I'm curious. Okay. Oh, you did? Hold on a second. Hold on. This is great.
Let me see if you laugh on there.
Oh yeah, no, I knew I'd do that. Would have been my guess. That would have been my guess. It would have either been him or Rushing's father. It would have been one of those two. But yeah, that he wouldn't know. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about Arizona basketball recruiting. We like talking about. Talk about this. By the way, thank you for all the kind words and all the Rich Carrillo. Like I said, it's going to be a once per month thing, just in case people know, because it's ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. Okay, now let's talk Arizona basketball recruiting. Koa Peat. This is one thing that I do not understand about recruiting, Scheer. When I watch, and I'm going to ask you about this, when I watch Tommy Lloyd, I watch somebody that allows his players to get up and down the court, make plays, gives them a ton of freedom, maybe a little too much. And Houston is recruiting against him, saying that they don't like about how Tommy uses his power forwards. Let's look at the power forwards for a second that Tommy Lloyd has had. Azuolas Tubelis would have never been able to play in the NBA under any circumstances. Very good college player. Couldn't dribble the ball, wasn't going to initiate the offense. Guess what? Did he win Pac-12 Player of the Year, or was it Hawkes?
He was Hawkes. He was robbed.
Okay, can you turn that off, by the way? You said you would do that before, and you don't.
Yeah.
And then with you've also got Keyshawn Johnson. Keyshawn Johnson came here as kind of a lunch pail, garbage man type. Not a bad, I don't mean that in a negative light, but Tommy Lloyd turned him into an NBA prospect. Neither one of those guys had Jarris Walker's ability to initiate an offense. So what are we doing here? I don't get, Scheer.
It is amazing how easy it is to get recruits to blame negative recruiting or to believe it. Like, you don't have to tell them anything that's truthful, but you have to convince them it's not truthful, right? If you're the other school. And so, yeah, it is a stupid angle. I've heard that Houston and Baylor are negative recruiting the crap out of Arizona. Arizona doesn't really do it a lot, to be honest.
Right.
You'd be surprised. Like, Sean didn't do it much either. which
Sean just went after the local media instead.
Yeah, the only one I remember was like Marquette said something that pissed him off, and he went after Marquette with Gabe York. But yeah, like it's just weird. It's weird, but again, like you always make fun of it with Sean, where Sean would tell people that they're gonna run up and down the court and score 90 points a game, and then the recruit would be like, "Yeah, I look forward to doing that at Arizona," and you're like, "No, they're not."
Right.
It's
But
weird.
every kid bought into it, though. I
Yeah.
mean, but let me ask you. So let me ask you this then: if you're, and again, I don't understand why. And again, I don't know. I don't have any insight into the Peat family. Oh, by the way, guess who? Guess who is now texting me every single day now the basketball is back?
Who?
Frank Caliendo. Use and abuse Mike Luke. Ignore him during the off season.
Frank Caliendo.
Yo, hey, Frank Caliendo, by the way, we're going to turn this into a whole clip. So the Frank Caliendo did not like Scheer, and then he met Scheer, and he says, you guys actually play off pretty well together. He says, I don't know how he puts up with you. And, yeah, I don't know what
People
else.
like me when they meet me in person. I'm this hardened exterior online, but when you meet me in person, I'm just a teddy bear.
You are so, Brogan and I were talking about this today. You are so much better socially, though, than you were like 2 years ago. You should thank me for that.
Yes,
absolutely. You actually probably should.
Yeah, you and Shelby. We'll go with it.
All right. Anyways, back to Houston though. I don't get it. What else is he supposed to do? That I guess is my point. He maximized. What could he have done differently with Keyshawn Johnson? Keyshawn Johnson's never going to be able to initiate the offense. I mean, what's he supposed to do?
You're going to disagree with me here, but this is one of those recruitments where Arizona is doing literally everything it can. It cannot do any more.
Well, I don't disagree with you.
And should Koa Peat not go to Arizona, yes, it wouldn't look good. But, like, what else could they do? Like, we've pointed to football recruitments and basketball recruitments in the past where we could point to the single time that a coaching staff screwed up and lost a kid. There's not that with this recruitment.
Yeah, well, now let me ask you this, and I was talking about this again with Brogan on the phone. Also, Dirty Dancer, watch your mouth, Dirty Dancer. This is not a nice remark. Dirty Dancer. The only thing Dylan Anderson ever brought to this program was Frank Caliendo. Watch it.
The Dylan being scared of Henry narrative with how Henry's looked, I think it's true.
All right, so when Dylan averages 13-8 this year, and then next year he's 16-9, what do we say?
16-9.
Yeah,
by the way, do you even know what tonight is? You're excited about the ASU game. You got it all wrong.
What else do we have?
Philly B versus UCLA.
Is that what station is that game on?
That's definitely got to be on TV.
Hey, Kevin L. Thomas, can you find that right now? Oh my,
real quick, but yeah,
please. Oh my gosh,
UCLA.
He's gonna get his. But like I said, I don't know. When I look at Tommy Lloyd, I want to ask you something else about Tommy Lloyd.
CBS Sports Network, 8 o'clock.
Okay, what time?
CBS Sports Network, 8 o'clock.
Oh, very, very nice. And what time's the ASU game?
Who cares?
Yeah, no, I want to. I want to make fun of them too.
Or something.
All right. Either way, one thing. Let me ask you this that I don't really get. Why is let's just say for a second that Tommy Lloyd doesn't get Burries or Peat. One, I don't quite get this one, and I'll be honest with you, I don't get it at all. When Sean Miller came in here, and granted, like I said, I hope Tommy Lloyd. I'll take Tommy Lloyd over Sean every day of the week. So I need to be very clear about that. I also love Tommy Lloyd. I hope he's here for 800 years. I hope he turns into Methuselah Lloyd while he's at the U of A. But why doesn't he? Sean annihilated it with any high school kid that he wanted. And he didn't run a particularly fun style. He played a slow down style. Tommy Lloyd plays a fun up and down style. He puts people in the league. Why doesn't he recruit better at the high school level?
Tommy?
Yeah.
I
don't get it. Plus, he's a good dude.
Yeah, I don't get it either. It's weird. Because I know how they recruit.
Mm-hmm.
And they recruit fine. They really do.
Right.
It's I don't know. I hopefully I don't get in trouble saying this.
Just blame it on me.
But I think I think sometimes I don't necessarily like the makeup of Arizona's coaching staff. If you know
I agree with that. You need guys that have specific roles where you know exactly what they do. Murph, we know exactly what he does. TJ Benson, we know what he does. You need to have guys that
You could say it for me.
Yeah.
A lot of times you have an African-American assistant that does really well at relating to certain types of kids. That's just what it is.
Yep.
And
that's your book. That's your book, Richardson.
And you can go across the country. That's your Orlando Antigua. That's your right.
Is he African-American?
Yeah, kind of.
I
We're
guess,
not going
right.
there.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, there's that guy that relates, and I don't necessarily think Arizona has that kid.
Yeah, I would agree. I think you're right.
Is right. Tommy doesn't lie, which is an issue.
Yeah, well, I know we need him to change that.
We've literally gone up to Tommy.
Yeah.
Start lying.
Yes,
like, why? And we're like, that's how you recruit. You gotta lie.
Here, at the end of the day, here's what it is. Tommy is a good dude. Tommy's just a good dude. Like, I don't know what else to say. Tommy is a good guy and maybe too good of a guy. That's kind of the way it is. Now, Joseph said Tommy probably told some truths that changed to Jamari Phillips. All I'm going to say is this, and I like the father a great deal, and I like Jamari Phillips. He's not playing at Oregon. I mean, I just don't know that he was going to play here at Arizona. At least initially. I don't know what else to say on that one, but like I said, I think the kid's going to be good, and I like the father a great deal. I don't like the uncle at all, but it is what it is. But I've just never really understood that with Lloyd, because I would think the kids would be, breaking down the door. But let me ask you this then. Why does he annihilate it then in the transfer portal?
Because you could show people what you have, right?
You can't show people what you have when you're recruiting high school kids?
No, because here's why. So like last year, they're recruiting Sainin, right? And Sainin's coming to Arizona, and they're telling Sainin that Caleb Love is leaving. And all of a sudden, Caleb Love isn't leaving. Right? So Sanin's like, well, I'm not going there. Now, when you're in the portal, you can say Caleb Love left.
I also don't believe, though, that no matter what happened with Caleb Love, that Sainin was coming.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, that's their excuse. I don't believe it either, but that's you can't really negative recruit the portal as much as high school, because
that's fair.
Like, I'm saying, oh, we're going to recruit this kid, and we're saying, look, KJ's gone, and another school's saying KJ Lewis isn't gone, he's not going to the NBA. You're going to be on the bench, and then you can't really know that until the season's over. Transfer portal, you're saying Jaden Bradley, look what's here, and Jaden Bradley's saying, oh yeah, I'm starting. No one else is there. I'm all in.
Brian Tassel says, is it lack of NIL funds? No, Arizona is actually fairly good. They could always do more, but Arizona is fairly decent when it comes to NIL funds.
Look, there's recruitments that Arizona is going to lose because of NIL, because of how it operates. It's NIL. It won't
be Koa Peat.
Right. It won't pay a kid at $1.5 million. It just won't. It won't go to certain levels. It could always be better. Arizona will tell you, give us more NIL money, and you should. You should give Arizona basketball all the NIL money you can, but it's not a bad NIL. I think that's kind of a
is it a smoked herring or a red herring?
It's a smoked red herring.
Yeah, it's the smoked red herring. Okay, now if we could bring up the graphic, Mr. Kevin L. Thomas, on Koa Peat to talk about the significance of this. All right, here he is. He's very good. I was going through this in my lifetime. There have been every player that Arizona has prioritized from their junior year on that is indigenous to the state, they have gotten. Mike Bibby, Richard Jefferson, Channing Frye, Jared Bayless, Nick Johnson. Koa Peat would be the first one that they don't get. That's why I think that, to me it's important. Maybe it's a little bit of an ego thing for me, but to me it's important, Scheer.
Well, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. You don't disagree. All right. Fair enough. And one of your favorite phrases, I don't disagree.
I don't disagree.
Which means nothing. Aiden's not indigenous to the state. Come on, Rick Trimmer. By the way, I didn't realize that Rick Trimmer, until like 2 weeks ago, when Merced on Twitter, told me that he is, I think, the grandson of the great Dick Trimmer, race car driver, if I'm not mistaken. So
I thought that was
No. Okay, now let's talk Brayden Burries. Brayden Burries, on 3 is saying that it's Alabama and Arizona. You guys have him as a top 10 prospect in the country. He is a top 10 prospect in the country. We need him to back the A.
Yeah. I mean, look, he is a top 10 prospect. He's very good. Ohio State is in there now because they lost Darren Peterson, so they have to shift that money. Oregon has made him a very large offer, and so is Alabama. Those are probably the 3 schools, along with Arizona, that are in the running.
Oh, by the way, Carl Trimmer. I do apologize on that, Carl Trimmer. But yeah,
Well,
those are the.
Because let me tell you something. I just Googled Dick Trimmer, and there's stuff that comes up that is.
No, I
not
guess I thought that was no. Look up Carl Trimmer though. Very impressive though. That's very
I
impressive.
believe, but don't Google Dick Trimmer like I just did.
But look up Carl Trimmer though. Very impressive stuff. I wish I had somebody like that in my family. That was just like some like mega superstar or
There's
something.
no Carl Trimmer either, Mike. Like, what are you talking about?
He just said Carl Trimmer. Rick Trimmer just said Carl Trimmer. Blame it on Rick. Blame it on Rick Trimmer. Rick Trimmer. Yes. I had somebody that told me that would know that.
I found it.
Yeah. All right. Carl Trimmer, read it off for me.
Raced for more than 50 years, winning more than 800 main events in stock car racing.
Yeah, I mean, it's good stuff. Yes. Yeah. Now, Michael Dorgan says, have we talked about Orlando Antigua's offers yet? No, I don't know what else. I don't know what else. And Orlando Antigua is just one of those guys that I'm going to put on the routing guide. We're putting together a basketball routing guide. Who are the ones that have to be on the basketball routing guide? And then we're going to get to more important stuff. ASU, Illinois, UCLA.
Yeah.
Because of Cronin. Who else do we need to have on that list? Those are three that are very, very scandalous. I already said UCLA, Dennis Walsh.
The entire Big 12?
No, I like the Big 12. I've liked every single fan base we've come across except for Utah and Colorado fans. Everybody else, no thanks. All right, everybody else, yes, please. Sign me up for 2 in case we want seconds. Okay, now. We are going to get to a little bit of Arizona football. We are going to get but first, branded bills. Let's just get down into it and what everybody is talking about. Branded bills. You think of Kevin L. Thomas. You think of Erika L. Day, who wants credit for putting Illinois or the Illini on the list, as the lovely Erika L. Day should get credit. But you know what? Branded bills. Can we just talk about branded bills and what this means to the community? Scheer, you're even thinking about buying stuff through branded bills. This is true.
Yeah, I got a little distracted, but I'm going to get this done. I promise you have my word. It'll get done.
It's in the order. It's in the mail with the Shady Rays. But check it out. Head to brandedbills.com and use code PHNX for 20% off your first order. Branded bills. All right, now, guess what time it is? Get the wave going. Woohoo! 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 We only had like 3 waves in the last show. Get the wave going. Woohoo! All right. Gila River Resorts and Casinos. What kind of experience is it? Fun and immersive.
Yes.
Fun and immersive. Where's the wave? There's not. Oh, Mr. Tyler Warden, only one wave. Jason Tribe said, oh, yeah, here we go. Dennis Walsh, TJ Van Martin. Get the wave going. Now, when you see the wave, I asked Ryan Hansen about this. I said, have you seen the Gila River Resorts and Casinos? And he says, I know about the wave. And so, again, check it out. Oh, look at these. So much good stuff with the wave. All right. But either way, it's a fun, immersive experience. And you might find the lovely Erika L. Day up there drinking a NUTRL or 2, enjoying the party life. So you do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. Fun and immersive experience. I'm going to let everybody else end it with that at the end. What kind of experience? Fun and immersive. Ooh. Okay. Now, let's get to a little bit of Arizona football. I am going to give a compliment to Brent Brennan. Now, you might say to yourself, Mike, compliment? Brent Brennan? Not you. I am going to say this. On the offensive side of the football with the recruiting class, I think it's pretty decent. I really do. Now, are they going to be able to hold on to these kids? Who knows? But let's talk about the jewel of all jewels. Let's see here. The jewel of all jewels. Terry Shelton. If we could get Terry Shelton up here. All right, Terry Shelton. All right, he's really, really good. Ranked 71 by you guys. Very good work. 12th wide receiver in the country. Committed to the U of A. He is the headliner, Scheer. He is quite good.
Yeah, he's really good. Obviously, they're going to have to fight to keep him. The SEC is starting to pick up interest in him, but like A&M hasn't offered, right? And everyone's assuming he's going to flip to A&M, but they haven't offered. You can't go where you don't have an offer. So right now they're keeping him. I think Arizona's actually going to see him tonight. I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah, well,
So
he's good.
he's a good football player.
He's
Out of all the receivers that Arizona has, I would say the one most likely to decommit right now would probably be Gio Richardson.
Well, we're going to talk about Gio Richardson. By the way, Kevin L. Thomas, the prodigious Kevin L. Thomas, catching strays in the chat. Look at this. Kevin is making this show too professional. No, I need Kevin Thomas because if not, I would just be talking about gas all day. So I need Kevin L. Thomas in here for that.
I'm not seeing the downside of that, Mike.
That's not a bad point. Now let's talk about this is a good wide receiver class. You also got Isaiah Mizell. Very, very good. Very, very good wide receiver. A speed demon out of Florida. He's quite good as well. And then you got Gio Richardson. You got Muiz Tonkara. It's a good wide receiver class, man. It's
very good. And I would say that they're going to go to the portal and add 2 or 3 more no matter what happens. They want to change the wide receiver room. It's a good group. It really is. You know, and Tonkara is probably a little bit more raw than the others, but he's huge. And you always take a guy like that. Richardson's really tough. Shelton's super talented. It's a good group of wide receivers.
It's a very good group of wide receivers. Also, let's go to the quarterback. I like Robert McDaniel. I think he's pretty good.
Yeah, that's another room that I think you're going to see a rebuild of a little bit next year. They like McDaniel a lot. They saw him recently. He performed really well. They like Luke Haugo as well. They think they're going to have a nice room in the future.
Now, at the running back, do you want to break that? Do you want to break, or do you want to talk anything about a new prospective candidate, or are you keeping that close to the vest?
No, that's got to be quiet. But there is a guy that they are close to flipping. No guarantees it happens, but there's a kid committed to another school that they are in very deep with, and that's something to watch here over the next week or so.
Very, very good. Now, our good pal Ben One White, who will be on the post-game show with us, was talking about the tight ends, obviously. Kellen Ford, he is quite good, and with Kellen Ford, you said, yes, I do look I do look much better. But Kellen Ford, with him, he'll be back in the A if Brent Brennan's here.
Yeah, Brent Brennan's here. He's coming. I feel very good about that. I would be downright shocked if he decommitted. There's a lot of family and personal connections there. He's really good. Like, this is a kid that Washington, stinky, smelly, whatever, rainy.
Smelly, rainy Seattle.
Put that TikTok. We should be able to put that.
Oh, I already tweeted. Yeah, did you see that tweet? Did you see that?
Yeah,
that
we should have had that on the show.
Yeah, that's a really good that's a really good point. Well, we should have that. That TikTok is fantastic. Yeah, where it's literally just so people out there that don't know, this woman touches down in Seattle. This is like 3 days ago, and she's with her kids, and all she is talking about is she says, "This smells terrible out here."
Great video. It really is.
Yeah, a good video. And then the kids are just going like this the whole time. It is fantastic. I find it very, very funny. Also, before we get back to recruiting in a second, Totri and I made a pretty good point here. Or Totri actually made a good point. Arizona and ASU, when it comes to football head coaches, are kind of in the same situation. Now you might say, Mike, how? Yeah, Dillingham is 6-2. Arizona is a dumpster fire. Dillingham is an ASU, a proud ASU alum, grew up rooting for ASU. He is not going to probably leave ASU for a better college football position. Guess what? Brent Brennan also probably not leaving Arizona for a better college football position. Scheer, are we in the same boat?
I see no difference. It's like looking in a mirror, you know?
No. I mean, I look at it and I'm like, all right, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, I think to myself. By the way, that tweet where I said, yeah, how do we get Dilly to Arizona?
Bad tweet.
No, it's a great tweet.
Bad tweet.
It was a great
you wanted. Bad tweet.
What's that?
Great for what you wanted out of it.
It was a funny tweet. It made me laugh.
Boy, bad tweet.
Bad tweet. Kevin L. Thomas, you agree that it was a good tweet?
I agree that it made me feel like we're in the worst timeline.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, you know,
it made me sad. I actually sent it to the great Eric Ruby and the great Anthony Totri, and I saw that exact message. And I said, "This is the worst timeline." Mike Luke is asking how to get the ASU coach to Arizona.
I saw those two putzes, and they liked it though. They said,
"Look, I'm just gonna say this: Mike likes ASU's coach better.
Who doesn't though?
He's been posting on the ASU message board a little bit."
But they like me. They like me there now.
Mike is real close to switch.
Hey, let me ask.
Close. What are we doing, Mike Luke? What are we doing?
Yeah, no,
real close.
Well, let me ask you this. I'm going to put Scheer on the hot seat. Scheer literally said, listen to this, Kevin L. Thomas. Scheer even told me on the phone yesterday, he says, Yeah, one thing I will give Dilly is he's done more fan engagement for the University of Arizona than Brent Brennan has.
Sure, but he's paid for that. You're not. You've done more fan engagement for ASU than you have Arizona.
No, for Dilly.
Yeah, that's
Dilly's an extension of ASU, Mike.
No, Dilly's a good dude. You like Dilly a great deal.
Right, throw up the forks real quick.
No. You were DMing Dilly yesterday.
Dilly DM'd me.
You were in Dilly's DMs. So there, take that. Either way, fun stuff. We're just kidding around. But you did say that he's done more fan engagement for Arizona than Brent Brennan has. Sure. You do not get out of that.
No, I'm agreeing with you.
Okay, now let's get back to some Arizona football recruiting, my friends. Arizona football recruiting. Now, the defensive backs. Who do we need to know about here? I like anybody that Dwayne Aquina brings in on the defensive side. I'm more than okay with. The one that really has me intrigued is Sean Robinson. But I have it on good authority. There will be a tug of war with Sean Robinson. About if he's going to play offense or defense because he's quite good.
Not only that, there's going to be a tug of war of where on defense he plays.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could play a linebacker, he could gain some weight and play defensive end. He is super talented.
You know, why isn't he rated higher?
I don't know.
Doesn't he feel like he should be like a 4-star kid though? That's kind of what they look like.
You always ask me this, and I don't know.
I don't know. I think I can blame you on it though. Can I not?
No.
All right, fine. I won't blame you on it. Yeah, that's fine.
That is another position that they are going to get multiple players out of the portal.
All right, now that's where I was going to go next with this. I have a question for you because I think the mentality is that, well, you know what, we're going to be able to improve our lines this season in the portal. I have no inside information on that, but I feel that is the yes, I know you do.
They're gonna add 3 or 4 players on both lines in the portal.
Tell me how the offensive line gets better by losing probably the best offensive line prospect here in 30 years and a 3-year starter at center. Tell me how the line gets better. You brought Michael Wooten with a second year?
They think Wooten is promising. They think Deuced is promising. They think Wendell Moy could come back. That's a key, obviously, getting Wendell Moy back. They're gonna probably go add a center in the portal. They just believe that they're gonna add quality players from the portal.
So now let me ask you this, Scheer. Is the offense, does Bruno Fina have eligibility left?
They also think that the depth is bad and there's a lot of injuries on the line, and that a healthy offensive line, right or wrong, disagree with me if you want, a healthy offensive line minus the dead weight, because there's dead weight. I'm not going to name names. You can if you want, Mike. We'll make this offensive line look considerably better.
Well, no, I can. Yeah, I don't need to. I'll say names. I don't have. I mean, again, these kids are all scholarship players, but they're not going to play. I'm going to tell you guys that just aren't good enough to play because guess what? I'm not smart, and I can still figure this one out. Kevin L. Thomas could figure this one out, but he is very smart. That sounded like a diss to Kevin L. Thomas. I did not mean it that way. But Tylen Gonzalez, not going to ever play here. Elijah Payne, not going to ever play here. Outside of a lot of pain on the offensive line. Kilroy. We have breaking news here. We do have breaking news that we did not lead with, and we should have led with this.
I got to be careful here, Mike, but I could say it. So I do not foresee them making a change there.
That was not even what I was going with. By the way, you need to do a better job. We have to read because people always yell at me for not reading the questions that are just listening to the audio.
Are they going to get a strength and conditioning coach from the portal? I do not believe they make a change there.
Yes, but one thing that there has been a massive change on. The curtains are down.
Yes.
The curtains are down. The great espionage that occurred during the Colorado week is gone now. The curtains are down, my friends. How did we get to the point now where we felt comfortable exposing the state secrets with the football team by bringing the curtains down? That is a statement by Brent Brennan right there. These things are coming down.
Have you considered that? Like, what happens if they beat Houston?
Ooh.
You know, like,
yeah. Yikes.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. Kilroy. Yes, we all did this. Let's be honest. They were shamed into taking the curtains down.
Yes.
They were 1,000. You all did your part on this, and I tried to do my part as well. We all did this very good work. The curtains thing is actually the curtains thing. Oh, Mr. Tyler Warden with a great point amongst many great points. The curtains thing is actually infuriating because it is 100% proof that they are listening. Yes. Mike Luke changed the world. I do what I can. I mean, I am a modest man, though. All right, but Scheer, changes on the staff. You don't believe that there's probably going to be anything dramatic.
Correct. I think most of the staff will be back. I think this is just a guess. Things could change. Arizona probably brings in an OC. But I think Atkins stays on the staff, which I'm for. I like Atkins. I think he's a good coach. I just think he's a little in over his head with being the OC.
The only coach, though, that I want only coach to me that is beyond reproach. No, there's two. Alonzo Carter, very much like Alonzo Carter. Also, you 1,000%. Dwayne Aquina, leave my guy alone. Let him keep doing what he is doing.
And I will say this based on sources. Brett Brennan loves Dwayne Aquina. Does not blame him for anything. Like nothing on the defensive side of the ball. Thinks Dwayne Aquina is like the best teaching coach in the country. I'm just saying, like, loves him. So
I will never. Hey, here's how the conversation went. They with the conversation. I was at Potbelly when Dwayne Aquina was announced or when was coming back, and I get a call from Mr. Jason Scheer. And he says, dude, they're bringing in Aquina. What's he going to do? And I said, oh, my gosh, that's amazing. It's amazing. And he's like, dude, bringing in an old white guy. Come on, man.
That's not how that went. But
that is exactly how it went. First of all, he's not white.
I never said he was a bad coach. I said
you were not impressed at all by Dwayne Aquina.
Yeah, because I think you need to recruit at a high level to have any chance at Arizona. And his recruiting has surprised me.
Yeah, all right. Well, there you go.
What else we got? What other questions? Yeah. Oh, I'm going to put this bet to bed, too. Marcus Arroyo will not be coming to Arizona.
Yeah. No,
fact, I would
money not there.
Money not there, and I would expect ASU to give him an extension, actually, from what I've heard.
Boo. Well, it's a good thing nobody's listening, though, so I can still tell Totri that he's going to Arizona. Yeah. Yes, no, but that's a bummer news. Now, Jake Fagus says, anything new with DRF getting money? Is it still 50-50? Scheer believes that Brett Brennan is coming back. I do not believe there is any chance in the world that if he has 3 wins that he is coming back.
What if he has 4?
I don't believe he comes back with 4, no.
So if they beat Houston and he loses the last 2, you are on record right here. Kevin, you know what to do. You believe Brett Brennan is fired.
I believe Brett Brennan will not be back. Correct. Okay. Now you believe now don't pull your Scheer hedging.
No, I believe
you always hedge. You always hedge. Don't hedge.
Arizona does not have the ability to find the money, and he will be back.
So they could lose here, but they're also you and I have talked about the fact you and I have definitely talked about the factor about shaming into resigning.
That is definitely
we've talked about that seriously though.
That is definitely not in the cards based on what I've heard. So
shaming into
money, and I don't think they can do it.
Right. Yes. Yes. All right. Well, you're a Kobe L. Thiel. You make a lot of money in real life. Let's get started. Oh, Zona Tucson 93. We're winning out, so let's run this one back, baby. All right.
There is a rumor that Bert has stepped up, but I don't believe the rumor. But there is that rumor has appeared today.
Okay, now, H. Fuchs, 451. We need Mike 5 days a week. Like I said, blame Jacob Franklin for this.
Well, I don't know if you guys know this. On Thursdays, the real reason Mike is off is he hosts an underground ASU podcast.
Oh, I do. Hey, did I tell you what I did yesterday on accident, though? I recorded a podcast for 26 minutes with the mic off. Very, 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 very stupid on my part. Was not at all happy about that. Probably one of my dumbest. I've done a lot of dumb things in my life. That one was really, really stupid. Not at all happy with that. But I wanted to give.
Did you record it?
Yeah, it was 26 minutes.
Didn't like pick up your voice with no mic?
Yeah, the only thing it picked up was the intro. And I'm like, what the heck is this? The mic was off.
It's a little embarrassing.
Mike hosts Dennis Walsh says Mike hosts an underground furry podcast. No,
that's what I've heard. That's not underground. That's going to be big here soon. Dennis Walsh.
I still can't get over the in San Diego.
Dude,
that was
it's not a furry hat. It's not. We got
Justin Spears, the great. Justin Spears. What? Yes, Justin Spears
Justin Spears.
Justin Spears. I am going to give Justin Spears a reprieve, though, on something, though, Jason Scheer.
Not the
listen. Or it's one of the parents who messages me all the time, says, I don't know if he's referring to you or Spears, but he always calls you guys Jason Spears. I love that. Jason Spears. Yeah. But Spears is now part of the Girth Gang. Spears is also part of the Girth Gang. And so listen, so here's who we have saying Girth on air at this moment. And we have Ryan Hansen.
When did he say Girth? When did he say Girth?
He messaged me yesterday. I actually wasn't listening. Was one of the few days I wasn't listening, or I think maybe the previous day, yesterday or the day before. And he said that we said Girth on air. And I said, oh my gosh, can I? So here's the, yes, Justin Spears, need girth on the offensive and defensive lines. That makes my day. So here's the deal. Here's the people that we have. We have almost a Tucson Mount Rushmore forming of media that have embraced the Girth Gang. We have Justin Spears. We have Ryan Hansen. All of these people, Rhino messaged me about it too, and he said it was too good to pass up. Matt Muehlbach has said it on multiple national broadcasts as well. You know what we will know for a fact that if the Girth Gang is taken off, Scheer? If Brian Jeffries says it.
He said he did say it. Are we?
No. It was Rhino. It was Rhino.
Oh, okay.
Right. It was Rhino. So that. But if we can get the GOAT to say it, it's big at that point.
Adia said it though.
Adia did say, hey, and then we're gonna get back to real sports. I promise. Can we get the Adia Barnes? Can we get the Adia Barnes?
This is as real as it gets.
We're pretty strong inside. Not super athletic, but more girth, and I think we'll be effective in the Big 12 like that with our personnel.
That's so good, dude. So good. Things like that make me very happy. All right. Either way, good stuff. Now we're going to get back to sports, and then the lovely Erika L. Day will be joining us in just a second. But first, NUTRL.
Yes.
NUTRL. Now, when you think to yourself, you think Kevin L. Thomas. You think St. Louis, Missouri. You think just everything that great. It's the Archway City. Is that what it is? The Arch or the? Can I do a wave?
It's the gateway to the West, but it is.
Oh, I thought it was.
City. It is the Archway City as well.
Archway City. Okay, yeah. Kevin L. Thomas. Make the case for NUTRL and for St. Louis at the same breath. They go hand in hand.
And Anheuser-Busch Brewing Company, one of the best brewing companies in the world, probably the best brewing company in the world because it produces NUTRL. Keep it tasty, Tucson with NUTRL. And yeah, I've had multiple NUTRLs enjoying a Mercury game, an Arizona basketball game. It's a good little drink right there.
Rumor has it that you and the lovely Erika L. Day are text message buddies during the women's basketball games as well. Very, very good. Kevin L. Thomas, good job. Good job. NUTRL, just like Kevin Thomas, keep it tasty, enjoy responsibly. 2024 Anheuser-Busch NUTRL flavored vodka, carbonation, St. Louis, Missouri. Also, now, Circle K. I need to be very clear about something here. Very, very clear about something. Oh no! It's doing this thing again. Great.
I went to Circle K yesterday.
What's that?
I went to Circle K yesterday or 2 days ago.
That's what I hate about this camera, though. We need to.
It's you.
Hold on.
It's you.
No, it's definitely. All right. Either way, let me get the readout, and then I'm going to switch it. I don't like how it does that. But Circle K. I need to be very clear about something here. It was all my intention to work at Circle K, but for 4 hours per month at the one on 6th Street. But people above me who are smarter than me told me probably not a great idea, so I am not going to do it. But do not blame me. My heart was in the right place. Also, I didn't do anything. Saul Bookman, the great Saul Bookman, the boss. No, this camera does this periodically. It's strange, but it hadn't done it for like 2 or 3 days. I am going to switch to the normal camera. Well, here. Oh, I got a trick in there. Check it out. It's gone. It is gone. All right. Very, very good.
People think you're stupid, but you are really technologically sound.
I am not as stupid as some people think, but either way, a big reason why is Circle K. So you won't see me working there, unfortunately, but I do like Circle K, as does Jason Scheer. and Back the K. The Back the K movement is very, very strong, as you can see. I even took a picture in front of a 7-Eleven in San Diego with my Circle K hat donned, just to let them know, who I am and what I'm doing there. So again, check it out. Join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for details. All right, we're going to get to some women's basketball talk here in just a moment, but we need to get to Arizona Old Dominion. Scheer, do you want to go on record right now and say that this is Arizona, that this is the Tommy Gunn's best team?
Yeah, I have gone on record and said that. This is the best team. Absolutely.
You know what I like about
but this isn't a hedge, I promise.
It's definitely a hedge.
It is his best team. Flat out, it is his best team. I do think there's a chance for some growing pains early on.
So when they play a good team, you said that they might struggle.
Well, I think everyone, like on the message board, for instance, is assuming that Arizona is going to walk all over Wisconsin. It's not.
Well, that is a big game for us. Is there a bigger game, Arizona-Wisconsin, than for us because of Trey Townsend and Javier Amos?
Dude, Amos sucks. Did you see him last night? Did you even know Wisconsin played last night?
No, but that's a bad L for you and Kobe
I
Field.
didn't like Amos.
No. Nice try.
Mike, you want to know his stats in the first 2 games?
Javier Amos? Yeah, let's hear it.
You're going to like this. I hope you're sitting down. He is 1 for 5 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, with 2 points and 2 turnovers.
I am posting that on the board as soon as I'm off the show. And no, but that's good, though. Kobe Thiel. Oh, that's a big loss for the Spacers, is it not?
I did not like Amos. That's a lie. I like the kid from Syracuse.
No, you liked him.
On Duke, so we're going to find.
Yeah, but but Amos, you and the Spacers liked Amos, though, because he should. Oh, that's
Spacers like Amos. Kobe loved Amos. The other guy on the board.
And Dogger liked him, too?
Yeah, I was not in on Amos. That's not true.
Kind of like how
feel of Amos, but I would not take Amos over Townsend.
Well, now you wouldn't. But that's a rare big victory for me, correct?
Yeah.
Because there were a lot of Spacers that wanted Amos.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I am going to post that and be belligerent. By the way, like I always say, if I am right about something, I hate bringing it up. I absolutely hate bringing it up.
Hesitate to do it.
I hesitate to do it. I don't want to ever do it.
Call me and you're like, Scheer, can I bring this up, or does it just
is it inappropriate for me to bring this up? But I actually am not necessarily of the opinion that they're going to struggle against good teams. Yeah, they're going to play tough. But what I like about this team, and I think it's different than any of the other Tommy Gunn's teams, is that I think that this team can win playing slow. I think they can win playing fast. I think they can live at the free throw line. And I was telling this to Mulebach yesterday, that putts. Here's where I think that this is very interesting for Lloyd's team. Lloyd's teams, I believe there's 5 or 6 guys on this team that on any given day can shoot 8 free throws, meaning they can get to the basket.
Yeah, KJ,
Jaden, Caleb, Townsend, Mo.
Yeah. Mo's going to get fouled a lot in this conference.
The man of girth, Awaka.
Yeah.
Oh, Saul Bookman, by the way, Awaka, you did agree, girth. But that to me is kind of where Vasar. I don't think that's.
Why? You still hate Vasar?
No, I like Henry. I just think that if Dylan's still better.
Well.
You know what's great about sports, and then the lovely Erika L. Day will be joining us in just a second. I don't see her vaping in the background, though. That was great. Oh, no, she is. She is. You see her? She's vaping in the background.
Is she doing the rings? Is she doing like the rings?
Oh, gosh. What? I have a neighbor that, Kevin L. Thomas is knee slapping in the back. I see Kevin L. Thomas. I have a neighbor. Here's my question about the vapes.
Uh-oh.
There's 2 different kinds of vapes. There's like the little one and then like that giant thing. How are they different? And what do they
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's no difference. It's just the look. You talking about Kevin the one like you're vaping out of like a cell phone?
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about? It looks like it's like a walkie-talkie and then you're blowing smoke out of it.
I don't think there's any. Erika will tell us. She definitely owns both of those.
All right. Before we bring in Erika L. Day, let's bring in Kevin L. Thomas, though, because Kevin L. Thomas can also likely tell us the difference in the vapes, even if he doesn't vape because he's around kids, though. Kevin L. Thomas, what's the...
Why are we bringing me into this, Mike? What's going on here?
Yes. All right. What's the difference between the big vape, or the girthy vape, and then the smaller vape?
Man, Mike, something's wrong with you. But
agreed. No, that's true.
But it's there's really no difference. I would assume that the difference is just like the amount of hits you can take out of that vape.
Battery, I assume, is the difference. One has a huge battery and one has a small battery.
Yeah.
Oh, is that so? That's it?
Yeah, it's all the same substance, Mike.
Is this our last show, by the way?
Ever?
Why?
Yeah, because we're talking a lot about vaping.
No, I don't vape. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think that
I didn't want to. Even when you have your client, who's your client that you have?
Cold Cannabis.
Yeah, so like they sell vapes.
I don't know. I'm not Cold Cannabis. Cold Cannabis is amazing. By the way, that they are the coolest people in the world. Erika L. Day actually called me yesterday, and she was talking about Colt Cannabis and about utilizing some of their great product, as was I at the same time. Hello, Miss Erika L. Day.
Good morning, Michael. How are we today?
Yes, not too bad. All right, now we're going to get into some women's basketball here in just a second, but tell us the difference in the vapes.
Okay, Mike, the big one is called a box mod, as Kobe said in the comments, and those are for weirdos. I would never use that.
All right, so that's the walkie-talkie looking one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
right.
But Mike, I would love to know your thoughts on do you know what Zens are?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this. I know all about Zens.
And they sell them in great.
Is that like what Kendrick says when he says roll it up like a fresh pack of Zen or something?
That's what he says?
I thought he said that in
Zins are like
what are Zins?
It's chew, but in a packet.
Yeah, I got friends that do that. I don't get it.
It's disgusting.
I've never
it's disgusting. All right, Miss Day, but so you prefer the little vape over the girthy vape?
I'm a little vape kind of girly, exactly. Yeah.
Mike, maybe you should go to the bosses after this show and just see if we could do like a whole drug episode next week, you know?
Oh no, yeah, exactly.
Like Erika just tries out different drugs live on air.
Did I tell you about
drugs?
No, did I tell you about the time when a guy tried to get me to get into law enforcement?
Oh no.
No, this is really bad. So I was at the U of A, and then we're gonna get to women's basketball. I promise. This has been show's been everywhere. So this is the last. This is my last semester. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be off the air after this. This is my last semester of my senior year. And Mark Evans was Mark Evans, who was from the Tucson, or was like the editor of the Tucson Citizen, was also my teacher. And he told me, he told everybody, he's like, hey, guess what? It's congratulations, you're all graduating with your journalism degree, but at the same time, it's going to be tough for you because guess what? You're not going to find any jobs. Guess who was outside the door then when we went down the Marshall building? A police recruiter. So I talked with the police recruiter for a few minutes, and this guy was so full of it. He's like, yeah, you look like somebody that would be a really good police officer. He hadn't talked to me for over 5 seconds, and I was like, what makes you think that? And he says,
Wilson's comment.
What's that? Mike with a badge and no.
I think you would be a good police officer.
You think so?
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Compared to what?
I don't know, but yeah. But he told me, he says, you appear to be thorough. You appear to be, and he called me robust. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's like the precursor to girth. I don't know. But I told him, I said, thank you. No, thank you. And no, I've never held a firearm.
You've never shot a gun? Even
I've
like
never. Nope, never done it. Never done it.
Erika's from Memphis. She's definitely shot.
Oh, hey, Mr. Tyler Warden. Imagine ADHD Mike pulling you over for speeding. Yeah. Hey, dude, there's a squirrel over there. So
you pull someone over and then forget why you pulled them over.
Yeah, no, I'd be like, man, I can't remember why I'm here.
Hey, yes. You know what you were doing?
Do you know why I pulled you over? I actually don't know.
I have no clue.
You've shot a gun before, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Many times.
Yeah.
She's out of Marana, so I mean, yeah.
I'm a firearm owner.
Yeah, are you really? No, you're not.
Are you carrying right now?
Yes. No, she's just carrying her vape.
I got to tell you the story. You'll like this, Mike.
And then we got to get to women's basketball. You guys are always getting me off topic.
Yeah, I went to a friend's the other night. You'll like this. And my other daughter, Aurora, goes, why is Brielle on the south side? And I was like, I don't know. So I talked to Shelby and I talked to Brielle. Brielle went to a wedding at a motorcycle club.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, are they nice? She's like, yeah, the food is great. She goes, a lot of them have guns, but they're really nice.
Oh, wow.
Like, it was an MC on the South Side, and she went to a wedding with a friend there.
Was she dressed appropriately?
Yeah, it's Brielle, so she was. Aurora
Okay.
was-
Oh, yeah. It's
Brielle
Aurora's
dressed-
the one. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So it
Well,
was hilarious.
good thing. Yeah. I go to the South Side from time to time. I go play
Yeah.
basketball
Brielle's
down at
in the
the.
motorcycle gang now.
I go down and play basketball from time to time. Okay.
That's
Erika
really
Alday. Arizona women's basketball. Yes. Gilbert Arona. She's got her vape in one hand and gun in the other. Yes.
You guys are about to ruin my clip with all this vape talk, so cut it
Okay.
out. From here on
We
out.
are getting a clip out of this. You know what? We want to have this whole segment to talk Arizona women's basketball. So you know what? That is called a tease for what is coming up first. All right. It's time to address the elephant in the room. Sanderson Ford. Sanderson Ford. All right. Now, Erika Alday, you look like a truck gal. Is this true?
Of course, I'm packing in the truck.
Yeah, I mean with your vape. And Sanderson Ford, though, at the same time, when you think robust, when you think, man, that thing going up the hill, woohoo, and you're driving by the wave, and you're saying, man, I just want to ride in style. You're thinking Sanderson Ford. You're thinking of the Starliner Diner. You're thinking of a lot of different things. But here's the deal, Scheer and Erika Alday. You can get a new 2024 F-150 truck with 3.9 APR financing for 66 months, plus up to $4,000 cash back. Similar savings on over 900 new and pre-owned vehicles. So don't miss the Sanderson Ford Black Friday thank you sale. Yummy, yummy in my tummy. Disclaimer: OAC through Ford credit up to $4,000 cash back requires trade-in of 94.5 or newer vehicle. Offer expires November 30th. Get out there. Also, one last thing, game time. Scheer, this is your read. Do it. Nobody's ever heard this before.
So I'm at the Alamo Bowl, right? And there's a guy crying and screaming in the lobby. He can't find tickets. And I said, sir, you need to download.
He's now crying and screaming.
We're going to change this every week. You need to download Game Time. And he said, I'm scared. I said, you need to download it. And he downloaded Game Time, and he thoroughly enjoyed watching Arizona dominate Oklahoma.
Do we think Kevin L. Thomas has ever used Game Time?
I would go to a Mercury game. Come on now.
Oh, yeah. I do apologize about
sell out. You got to use Game Time because
they do sell out. 10 sellouts on the season.
Do they sell out, really?
Just be serious, Erika. They sell out.
10 sellouts on the season, Michael.
Oh, I had no clue. All right, well, either way, sorry. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets like the great Kevin L. Thomas. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code PHNX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code for $20 off. Download Game Time. What time is it? Game Time. Ooh. All right, now, Erika Alday, make the case for Arizona women's basketball. The floor is yours. And Adia Barnes had a nice remark for you as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I actually want to start out with a big shout to Adia Barnes because, as a lot of you guys know, last season's team was not exactly the friendliest. They had a short bench, and you could say it was safe to say it caused a lot of tumultuin on the team. That being said, this season...
Tumultuin? That is not a word.
It's not?
No.
Tumultuous?
Absolutely not.
Tumultuous
times.
Yeah.
Tumultuin. I love it.
Let her cook.
Sorry, pardon.
Anyways, Adia Barnes has turned around the culture on this team, and it's come a long way from the way it ended last season. I think, the 7 that were on the squad last year could tell you that they would be willing to go to bat for each other at any point in the season, but the 2 that left the team in the middle of the season definitely hurt the squad's chances of going deep into the tournament. So that being said, I believe this team is a lot deeper. A lot of people are going to talk to me. I got a lot of tweets about Isis Bay and Jada Williams.
She followed us, by the way, the other day. Good work, Erika Alday.
Isis?
Mm-hmm.
I do think you're talking about her dad, but we're close.
Does her dad have the same
name? Isis is a friend of the show.
Oh,
I assure you, Isis is a friend of the show.
Good.
Yes. But Isis and Jada did not score a lot of points over these last 2 games. And that being said, like I'm going to hear a lot about it over the next couple of weeks, but Jada Williams is going to shoot herself out of the shooting slump. I don't believe this is a long-term thing for Jada Williams.
What's wrong
Listen,
with her? Scheer was I know I was talking with you on the phone. And what's going on here? I haven't been watching as much as I normally do. What's going on here?
Well, I mean, Adia gave her the keys to the team, and you know, I don't think that is being taken lightly by her. I think that she's putting a lot of pressure on herself, and in these first couple of games of the season, I just think she's had some early season jitters, and I do believe, like I said, she's going to shoot herself out of this shooting slump. We see the same thing with, like, you know, kids all the time. I was joking about this with Mike yesterday on the phone. Like, these aren't WNBA players. They're not going to have 9 30-point games in the first half of the season. That's just not how it works.
They're not Kylie or Kalia Coppers.
They aren't Kalia Copper. No matter how bad I try to push the agenda, they are not Kalia Copper. And so that being said, you know, this team yesterday, 14 turnovers, 12 assists. I need that number to significantly change in order for them to be better in the Big 12. That's my number one worry. Is Big 12 is a girthy conference. Okay, it's thick, it's deep. I hear a lot of people talking about how, yeah, the Big 12 is not going to be strong in women's basketball. And I don't know what teams you were watching last season in the tournament, but we've got Iowa State, Kansas State, TCU. Like, the list goes on and on. I expect Texas Tech to be pretty good. Oklahoma State's probably going to be decent. Like, the list of teams that are going to be good in the Big 12 are lengthy. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be a better women's basketball conference than the Pac-12, because that might be virtually impossible to ever you know,
I don't think we'll ever see that talent that I watched last year.
I know it's just devastating. But that being said, there are some real standout freshmen that I want to give a huge shout out. Maylene Rolf. Listen, 9 rebounds.
Who is she and what does she want? Where is she from?
She's from Germany. The folks and you know, Mike, when we talked about her in the offseason, I told you flat out I wasn't sure what to expect, because I never am sure what to expect with these.
I wasn't either.
Kids. And with the women, it's even harder than the men, because you think it's hard to find film on Mo Rivas. Yeah, try finding it on Maylene Rolf. Okay,
I'll find it right now. I'm gonna find it right now.
Find it right now, Scheer.
Can you send me some links, Scheer? I would love to see it. Okay. But that being said, she plays the exact system of basketball that Adia likes to coach, and I think that is immensely valuable in this day and age of where and I talk about it all the time, where athletes are, what can you do for me and not what I can do for the program. And Maylene, that's
Scheer in my relationship.
Yeah, I know. Maylene is the very definition of girth and, you know, grit to do what is best for the team. And I think that she's going to be epic for the next 4 years for Adia Barnes.
All right, I found it.
All right, you got some highlights. Are they like the Zapruder film where it looks like it's like...
No, I just linked it. It's a 4-minute highlight film.
Oh, look at that, Erika Alday. Hey, you want to know something that's really good about my friendship with you two? It's that I don't know how to find anything, so I can literally just message either one of you and say, hey, I need you to find this for me, like, immediately. And you guys are able to do it. It's very appreciated.
It usually makes me very mad, and then Scheer has to yell at Mike that I'm busy.
Let's talk about Montana, or not Montana, Montoya.
You're close every time.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's talk about Montaya Dew. Montaya Dew. Let's.
I want to say this. If you've been watching the women's team for the last couple of years, then you know a little bit about Montaya and just her story. But Montaya came here almost 2 full seasons ago in December of 2022.
Is she the one that blew out her knee?
Yes. And she had some family stuff going on. And then also, like Mike said, she blew out her knee, had to get a new ACL, hurt herself more in the offseason, like just one thing after another for poor Montaya. And she did score her first career points yesterday with a big 3 that, I mean, the crowd went wild because, again, like if you've been watching this team, which I'd gander that most of the people in attendance for versus Tarleton State have been watching this team for quite a few years now. Montaya Dew has been a Wildcat for 2 years now, and we've been waiting to see those points for her. So it's, to say it was exciting is an understatement. That being said, like, I think that a lot of people's expectations for Montaya need to be brought back down to reality. First of all, and I told Mike this yesterday, Montaya has not played basketball in a full 2 years. Like, has not touched a basketball court. So I'm hearing a lot of people like talk about her style of play and, oh, it doesn't fit into Adia's system. What doesn't fit? because at this point, I'm not sure that Montea has exactly like carved out her exact role and her niche on this team yet. Because again, she has not played basketball in 2 years. So I think it's safe to say she's refining her style and refining
She's
her shot.
refinancing her game. Like
Right,
if
and
she was going to Sanderson Ford.
right, exactly. And when you have a brand new knee and you've hurt your ankle and this, that, and the others happened to you in the offseason, I think it's fair to say that she gets a little bit of an adjustment period throughout this non-conference schedule, which is on the weaker end. So she's allowed to have that little bit of a time to come back to earth and be good at basketball again.
Is this a top 25 team, Miss Day?
I don't think so.
Oh, Scheer is strongly disagreeing.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No way
I
it
think
is.
they could. I think they could be. That being said, I hate because I'm literally beating a dead horse with this, but like this team really likes each other, which is I don't think something we could have said for the last like couple of seasons. And when you have a team that likes each other and you're willing to go to war together, I think there's almost nothing that you cannot accomplish together. I think we've seen it with Colorado, Washington State, in previous years, Oregon State.
You know what I do like about the Arizona women's basketball team is there's some real diehards that go to all of this stuff. Big shout out Matthew Bothwell, by the way. Make sure that Matthew sees this because this will be a clip. Make sure you tag him in it. Matthew, Drew, the whole family, fantastic. It is a pretty cool community environment that they have.
Yeah, and while we're at it, I do want to say, I know a lot of you guys saw my tweet about the students that were screaming at the U of A team. And listen, you can come to the games and not be disrespectful to the team that you are literally there to root for. I think that's pretty fair to say. And I got a tweet in response saying, well, don't you remember what you said about Kylan? And personally, I think this Kylan situation and us talking about him degenerate gambling on Twitter versus you screaming at our kids to not take those shots because they are ugly as F is very different.
Yeah,
and
it's
mind you, we're in a quiet women's basketball arena. If you think those kids can't hear what you're saying, you're legitimately stupid and you're actually making me angry because it's quiet enough. Like we're not in Pac-12 tournament in Vegas. We are not at the Footprint Center. Those kids can hear you. And I am one of those people that really rests on the sentiment that at the end of the day, these are children playing basketball. And if you want to yell and scream, you can do it outside.
All right. Now, Erika, before we sign off here, and then because then I have my every other week meeting where I'm going to get yelled at for being Mike. I won't get yelled at. I don't think. Well, hopefully not. But
just give me a call.
Yeah. But you want to give a shout out to somebody that you think can help save the football team.
Oh yeah, I've been talking about this for a week now. Why are we not talking about what Jackson Francois can do to save the football team? Personally, has anyone thought about maybe he walked onto the wrong athletic team?
What position would he play?
I don't know. Kicker?
Ben told me he would be a tight end, he thinks.
Ben thinks every man is going to be a tight end on the football team. Come on.
That's fair.
I mean, come on. Oh, by the way, Erika Day, do you want to be on the post-game show with me and Ben White tomorrow? After our lovely sideline reporter?
Hey,
I thought that was always the plan.
How are you doing next Friday?
Oh man, that's going to be a mess. So I'm going to have to do 2 post-game shows combined because basically wait until after the football game and then do that. So that's going to be a long time, but it doesn't count as 2 shows for me. I am having to work overtime. But you know what?
See, Jackson Francois is 6'5". He could do something to help the team. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, I know Scheer and I have. Well, we'll leave it there. I'm
gonna sit this one out. Notice I'm quiet.
Yep, I will sit this one out as well. Now, Dennis Walsh says the return of Ben White and the fruits and the creams. Yes, exactly. And we are going to get a full tight end scouting report tomorrow. Very excited about all of this. It's going to be good stuff.
This is also epic because I've never been on the show at the same time as Ben White.
Yes, and for the longest time, I would love because I like both of these people very, very much. I'm just saying. Ben one day.
Ben 1L day. It's
right.
not bad.
Right.
It's not.
Jacob Franklin just messaged me. This is good. Hold on.
To get back on topic or what?
Right, yes. Also, Mike complaining about working overtime next Friday. Also, Mike, Jacob won't let me do more shows. Yes. I just love Jacob Franklin. Jacob Franklin is literally like, I know a lot of people got annoyed by him because they're like, oh, you're always drunk. Jacob Franklin is literally one of my favorite people in the whole world.
He's just 6'8" teddy bear. That's all he is.
He is a 6'8" teddy bear, and he's super, super soft. And he also admitted that it'd be easier to be an Arizona fan. But on that note, though, for Jason Scheer, where can they find you?
Wildcat Scoop Podcast with Shelby, wildcatauthority.com, and possibly the new host of this show next week.
Yes, exactly. If I'm gone, you know what happened. Totri says I am also a 4'8" teddy bear.
Yeah,
correct.
Right. The 6 part is definitely a typo.
Yes, exactly. All right, Miss Erika L. Day, we are going to turn this into a clip. You could probably edit out everything that I said in there because
there was no rooting guide today.
There's no rooting guide, but again, the rooting guide, here's one thing. Oh, I need to be very clear about something. The rooting guide is going to now transition over to basketball because
still, let's go UCF tomorrow.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. UCF agreed. But the rooting guide is now going to switch over to basketball because it's getting more and more painful to put a rooting guide out for a team that's losing every game by 45 points. We will transition over to basketball, a much kinder, gentler subject. But
Mr. Tyler Warden, I actually just learned that the bye week has already won.
The bye week has already won, 24-21.
I'm breaking this news.
What if someone got hurt during the bye week and there was a loss to be had?
And
coaches are recruiting. I can say with confidence, the coaches are recruiting right now this weekend. They are not just sitting by.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I don't. Steve, I am not going to ask that question on air under no circumstance.
That's all you.
No, we're not going to address that.
I'm pleading the fifth on that.
Yeah. All right. But everybody out there, very much appreciate you. Dennis Walsh, if you're flying overhead by the U of A, say hi to me. You know he's a pilot, right? Or he's always taking aerial photos and stuff. Very cool. Mr. Tyler Warden, the very tall Mr. Tyler Warden. Everybody in here, you guys are fantastic. Kevin L. Thomas, who probably will be getting on my case here in a couple minutes, deservedly so. And for Jacob Franklin, who was listening. And the return of the great Ben One White tomorrow. Erika L. Day will be there as well, and we will find out maybe somebody else as well. But on that note, though, for Jason Scheer, for Erika L. Day, I am merely Mike Luke. TTFN, ta-ta for now. We will be back with you about 4 o'clock, breaking down Arizona, destroying Old Dominion. All right, see you later, AZ Wildcats podcast.
We all silly like the mayor.